Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bookercast, the podcast where books come to life.
And I'm so excited to dive into another amazing story with all of you.
Whether you're a bookworm or just love a good story, this is the place for you.
Every episode, we explore incredible books, talk about their stories and characters, and share insights that'll make you fall in love with reading all over again.
All right, let's not keep you waiting any longer. Get comfortable, and let's jump right into it.
Sounds good.
Today, we're going deep into Dark Matter by Blake Crouch.
Ooh, this is a good one.
It is, right. It's a total thriller, and it mashes up like physics and identity and choices. Yeah, tough choices. And we're going to be looking at some excerpts and notes that we have, so get ready to really think about parallel universes and what makes you you.
I think what's so cool about Dark Matter is that, we all have that feeling of what if about our lives.
Oh, yeah.
What if I had made a different choice?
Right.
And this book takes that and just, turns it all the way up. It makes you think, what if there's other me's out there and they're living those other lives?
Okay, so Crouch doesn't just give us abstract ideas.
No.
He really throws you into the action. So meet Jason Dessen. He's our main guy.
Yeah.
He's a physicist. He teaches at a small college, lives what seems like a pretty good life.
But maybe not the life he imagined.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So there's this tension, right? This kind of echo of a path not taken.
Right.
Jason's married to Daniela. She's a super talented artist, but she put her career aside for their son, Charlie. They're happy.
Right.
But you get this sense that Jason, wonders sometimes, what if he'd gone all in on his research? What if he was, aiming for a Nobel Prize?
Yeah, what if he was, the top guy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that what-if feeling, that becomes the core of the whole story. This totally ordinary life gets shattered when Jason's walking home one night, and he gets abducted.
Oh.
Forced into an SUV, taken to this creepy abandoned power plant.
Yeah.
He has no idea who took him or what they want. It's like that classic thriller opening, it just grabs you.
It's instantly hooked.
Yes, and it's at that power plant where he sees the box, this totally mysterious device. It basically breaks all the rules of physics that we know and supposedly can open doors into other universes.
Multiverse.
Yeah, so imagine a world where you turn left instead of right, and everything after that was different. That's the scale we're talking about. So maybe I wouldn't want to see the universe where I ate that extra slice of pizza.
Yeah.
But you get the point, right? It's mind-blowing. And the question Crouch asks us through Jason is, how far would you go to get back to the life you know?
That's the big question.
It is. It is the whole thing.
And that's what fuels everything Jason does. He's tossed into these alternate realities, and each one is totally different and shocking. In one, he's this scientific superstar. He won the huge Pavia Prize.
Wow.
But Daniela and Charlie are gone. They don't exist in his life. And then, in another reality, Daniela died young, and he's completely heartbroken and alone. He even finds a world destroyed by a pandemic.
Oh, wow.
It shows you how fragile our reality can be.
Yeah.
So many emotions, right? Confusion, fear, grief, and this deep longing for his original life. Crouch really nails those feelings.
Yeah.
But then it gets even weirder, right?
Oh, yeah.
He starts meeting other versions of himself.
And it's not just a friendly, hey, I'm you from another dimension. It's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Jason finds this hidden online chat room where these other Jasons are talking to each other.
Wow.
Each one of them is trying to get their own happy ending.
Hmm.
And it makes you wonder, if you met another you, would you even trust them?
I don't know. Good question.
Right. It's a tough one. Okay, I'm already getting chills thinking about this. How do you even process that?
Mm-hmm.
Especially because one of these other Jasons, this Jason 2, he's the bad guy.
Oh, so there's a bad guy.
He seems to be the one who stole Jason's original life and wants to keep it for himself.
Yeah.
So it sets up this, primal conflict.
Oh, wow. So it's Jason versus Jason?
Right. And this conflict becomes the way Crouch explores these really deep themes. The power of love and family, the weight of every choice we make, and what does identity even mean when there are infinite possibilities?
Right, because if there's infinite yous, then what are you?
Exactly. It's like Crouch is holding up a mirror and asking us, who would you be if you could redo everything?
That's a big question.
It is. And it's not all just philosophy. Crouch puts it into a fast-paced, suspenseful story.
Oh, okay. So it's a real page-turner.
Oh, totally. You're always wondering what crazy new reality Jason will end up in and who he can actually trust.
Yeah, who can he trust?
And what's really cool is how Crouch uses really specific details to make these alternate worlds feel real.
Oh, like what?
He describes a Chicago where there's this massive glass tower that dominates the skyline and a giant Ferris wheel where Navy Pier should be. It's like little things like that ground the story even when it's exploring these mind-bending ideas.
Yeah, it's like he's saying, hey, the multiverse isn't just some abstract thing. It could be right next door.
Exactly. And that's what makes dark matter so captivating. He takes this super complex scientific idea and makes it a human story.
It's personal.
Yeah. And it forces us to think about choice, identity, and what truly matters.
It sounds like it really makes you think.
It does.
Yeah.
So that's Jason Dessen's world in a nutshell. Normal life gets flipped by an abduction, a mysterious device, and a multiverse full of crazy possibilities. But we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
We'll be back soon to keep going with our deep dive into dark matter. We're going to look at the consequences of Jason's choices and his fight to get back to his family. Don't go anywhere.
Can't wait. Welcome back. Last time we left Jason, and he had just gotten to a reality that was, I don't know, familiar and like super strange at the same time.
Yeah, it was like he's looking in a distorted mirror or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's a little bit off. He's in this world where he got all the scientific recognition he maybe secretly wanted. He won the Pavia Prize, which is like the biggest deal in his field.
Oh, wow.
But his family's not there. No Daniela, no Charlie. It's like a success story, but it's also a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like be careful what you wish for.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then it gets even creepier, right? Because he figures out that he, or like this other version of him, he's the one who built the box. You know, that device from the power plant.
Oh, right, right.
So this reality is Jason Dessen. He got obsessed with the whole multiverse thing, but he had a different kind of what if driving him. It was all about like proving the multiverse exists and, you know, controlling it.
So like scientific ambition took over.
Exactly. It's like looking at a dark side of himself.
Yeah.
You know, if he had made different choices, put ambition above everything else.
Interesting.
But the ironic thing is, this Jason, too, he's totally alone. He accomplished what most scientists dream of, but, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It really shows you that success without love is meaningless.
Yeah, it's got to be balanced.
Right. And that's where Crouch's take on the multiverse gets really interesting. It's not just about cool sci-fi stuff. It makes us look at our own priorities. Like, what do we think success and happiness are?
Yeah, that's deep.
So Jason's stuck in this reality where everyone thinks he's this brilliant, lonely genius. And he tries to tell them about his real life, about Daniela and Charlie, but they just think he's losing it.
Oh, no.
They even put him in a psych ward. It's like something out of Kafka.
It's like he's being gaslighted, like his whole life is being denied.
Exactly. And it makes the tension even worse because we know he's telling the truth, but nobody believes him. And this whole time, he's desperately trying to figure out how to get back to his family.
So what happens?
Well, things get really scary. He finds out he's not the only Jason who's jumped into this reality.
Oh, wow.
There are others out there, all these versions of himself who made different choices, took different paths, and they're not all good guys.
Oh, no. So some are dangerous.
Some are desperate, some are ruthless, and they're all fighting for the same things. The drug that lets them jump between realities, the knowledge of how to navigate the multiverse. It becomes this crazy survival game.
Yeah.
With Jason always looking over his shoulder, wondering who he can trust. There's this one scene in that secret online chat room where you see these Jasons talking, sharing info, but also like plotting against each other.
Wow, they're like rivals.
It's chilling because it shows you the darkness that's inside each of them. The multiverse isn't just a place with possibilities. It's like a war zone.
Yeah, with high stakes.
And every time they jump between realities, there's a risk. Time gets messed up, memories get fuzzy, and there's no guarantee you'll land in a better reality than the one you left. It's like playing Russian roulette with your life.
That's a scary thought.
Okay, so Jason's trapped in this world that's not his, surrounded by alternate versions of himself, some of whom want him dead.
Oh my God.
But he's not totally alone, right?
Oh, there's someone who can help.
There's this woman, Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah, she's a scientist who worked with Jason too on the box, and she's starting to have second thoughts about the whole thing. She's struggling with, you know, is it even ethical to mess with the multiverse?
Yeah, are we playing God?
Right. So it's like she's the voice of reason in this crazy situation. And Jason and Amanda team up, this unlikely duo, and they're trying to figure out the multiverse while running from the other Jasons and dealing with their own inner stuff.
So it's like a race against time.
Yeah. And they have to make some tough calls.
Like what?
What risks are they willing to take? What will they sacrifice to get back where they belong?
Big questions.
Crouch keeps the tension going, always reminding us that in the multiverse, every choice has consequences. It's like a chain reaction.
That makes sense.
So we've got Jason and Amanda lost in this huge multiverse, running out of time, chased by shadows of themselves. And somewhere out there, in all these realities, is Jason's real family, his true home.
Will they find them?
And the clock is ticking. They're running out of the drug that lets them jump. The other Jasons are getting closer. And the longer they're in that weird in-between space, the more their memories and who they are starts to fall apart.
Oh.
Will they make it back before it's too late? We'll find out in the final part of our deep dive into dark matter. Stay tuned, because things are about to get even crazier. Okay, so welcome back to our dark matter deep dive. Last we left off, Jason and Amanda were stuck in that weird corridor between worlds.
Right. Like a cosmic hallway, but there's doors everywhere.
Yeah, and each door leads to, like, a different reality. It's kind of freaky to think about. Like claustrophobic, but also, like, insanely huge.
Yeah, it's like Crouch is giving us this perfect visual, for what the multiverse actually feels like. Endless choices, but also this feeling of being totally lost. And he really gets how that messes with Jason and Amanda. Like, their memories are breaking down. Who they even are is starting to, like, unravel.
It makes you think, right? Like, how much of who we are is tied to the specific choices we make, the path we've been on.
Yeah, big questions.
And to make things worse, they're running out of the drug that lets them jump between realities. Every jump is a huge risk.
And let's not forget those other Jasons. They're still out there lurking around.
Oh, yeah. They're like shadows.
Right. And they're getting more desperate, more ruthless.
It's like the multiverse isn't just this playground, it's a battleground.
You gotta fight to survive out there.
And as they're jumping from one reality to the next, they start to realize that they might be influencing which worlds they're connecting to.
What? Like they're controlling it?
It's almost like their thoughts, their desires are like shaping the corridor itself. It's really mind-bending.
So are we talking free will here, or is everything already decided?
Right. Like, if every choice is already out there in some reality, do we really have control? Or are we just, like, actors following a script?
Big questions, man.
But through it all, Jason just wants to get back to Daniela and Charlie. He's seen crazy stuff, been in so much danger, but that love, that connection, that's what keeps him going.
That's powerful.
And it's that love that brings him back to his own reality. But it's not easy, right? He finds out that Jason, too, the one who stole his life, is now, like, part of his family.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he's acting like the loving husband and father. It's seriously messed up.
That's so creepy.
It's like he's facing a dark version of himself. And it forces Jason to face some hard truths about himself, about the choices he's made, and the darkness that's inside all of us.
It's like a battle for his soul, basically.
And the fight between Jason and Jason 2, that's like the climax of the book. It's not just a physical fight. It's about, like, who is the real Jason Dessen?
Who gets to be him?
And the ending is both sad and hopeful. You know, it shows what our choices can lead to, but also the power of love and second chances. It's a powerful ending. And then Crouch gives us this bittersweet revolution.
Bittersweet how?
Jason gets back to Daniela and Charlie, but he can't forget what he's been through. He knows about the multiverse, all those other versions of himself out there. It makes you think about your own life.
Yeah, like, what if I did things differently? What if I made other choices?
Dark Matter is an amazing book, start to finish. It's exciting, keeps you guessing, but it also makes you think about who you are, the choices you make, all those possibilities. It's a book that leaves you with more questions than answers, which I think is pretty awesome.
Totally agree. It gets under your skin.
And it connects with us because it's about our deepest fears and desires, right? The fear of messing up, wanting a different life, that need to connect with someone in this huge universe.
We all feel that.
So that's our deep dive into Dark Matter. It's a book that really challenges us to think about what's real, the power of our choices, and the connections we have with people we love. So what did you think? Have you ever wondered about those what-ifs in your own life? What world would you search for if you could enter the multiverse? Let us know. And thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Bookercast. We hope you enjoyed diving into it as much as we did. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Your support means the world, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts on this episode.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this episode with your fellow book lovers. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. See you in the next deep dive. Bye for now, and happy reading.